All right, welcome to NAB 2022, and we are with Andrew from Deity.
How are
Andrew,
you guys?
tell us what's going on. What's new here, man?
Well, we've got brand new products that we're showing off here in the timecode space. We have a brand new timecode slate called the TCSL1 and a brand new timecode box coming out called the TC1. And these are the first time we've ever shown them to the public.
All right, excellent. So then this is live, guys. So if you have any questions that pop up to your mind while we're filming, please put them in the chat and we'll read them out at the end of this. All right, so tell us a little bit about the TC1 first. Then.
Okay, so the TC1, we'll grab it over
if you
here
could,
and let's
please.
bring it on over to
Thank you.
camera. What's awesome about this is it has wireless sync from your phone, which a lot of people love. A lot of people love the phone apps, but we know there's also a lot of folks that don't like having their phones out on a film set. So we also gave you onboard controls, onboard screen, as well as unit-to-unit RF transmission for syncing. So you get 250 feet of range of Bluetooth sync from your phone, and if you're a utility operator or a sound mixer out there who has a separate cart for all your accessories, and you're prepping all your timecode gear, you could set one box up using the actual controls on board, and then do a sync pulse out of it into the rest of your units on your set.
So use that as a remote, essentially.
You could use this as a remote. So we talked to a lot of folks out there who are like, I like to leave one in my bag, take the time code from my recorder, and then send it out to the rest of the team. And I'm like, you can totally do that. You can set this in to line in, it receives that time code, you go to your TC menu, hit sync pulse, and every time code box in Slate within 30 feet on the same frequency as you will get that sync pulse.
Very nice. So then as long as you have, so if you want to deploy essentially a larger timecode system network for maybe 2 or 3 cams or anything higher than that, and then maybe have another additional one out for a remote, you have the ability to essentially, provided they're all on the same channel, flash them, and then they all instantly update.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
So you could also, if you've got a remote GoPro up in a rig somewhere that's remote, you could also walk to the bottom of a stand and just go boop boop and send it to the top of the stand if you know you want to do that. But remember, you still have that app functionality for 250 feet of Bluetooth range.
So you could potentially just do this from either your phone or
Crafty.
Or
yeah,
okay,
absolutely. I've got
the
desires
comfort of
and
your
needs
trailer
here.
even.
Exactly. So you could do that. They could already be deployed on all the cameras. What's also great is we got a USB-C port on the bottom, and it can be charging and operating while that port is plugged into. So
that's very critical.
It is very critical.
Power while operating option.
a lot of these cameras now will have USB ports on the on the back of the V-mounts or the gold mount batteries. You could take a tap off those batteries and run it if you forget the charge. But don't worry though, they do have 24 hours of battery life, and you can get 28 hours of battery life if you turn off the screen and you turn off Bluetooth. So you could put those to sleep after you're done and get that little bit of extended battery life if you've got one of those long, long shoots.
Okay, so then you have the ability to, just so I'm understanding you correctly, you can turn off the screen to conserve battery.
Yep.
And that will also then prolong your battery life.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it will lock the screen down. The buttons lock. That's happening.
We are live.
We are live. And that looks like it was a false alarm.
All right, so sorry for the interruption, folks at home, but we are live.
That does
so
tell you guys
Andrew,
we're
please
live.
continue.
So if you have questions, drop them down in the comment section below, and we'll get those questions answered for you. Because again, we are live. Things are happening.
Yeah. Okay. So then, basically, this redundantizes the timecode box. It works like an old school, like an SB1.
It works like an
no
old school box.
things.
It works like a new school box. Whatever your workflow is,
Right.
it probably can accommodate.
That's what I'm getting at. Okay,
Absolutely.
So you have
We
the
try
old
to
school
take the
workflow
best
or new
of
school.
what has happened in the past, what happened in a timecode revolution about 6 years ago, and we kind of went that next step.
Okay.
We said, what can be done to bring it all together finally?
Excellent. Yeah.
And that's what we've got here.
I think we really appreciate that. One of the important things I like to speak to my customers with is what do they want out of a timecode box. A lot of them is confident in the ability to see the screen. So
the screen is very confident.
you've done that.
We've been able to do stuff. I know a lot of people out there like to also test their timecode boxes by having them next to all each other and take a photo to make sure everything's in sync. And we do a lot of testing like that to go, yes, you can have the confidence to trust these products.
Okay, so then let's maybe then move on to the TCSL1.
Yeah.
The slate.
So make a little box, not that hard, because then all you do is take the guts of that box into a bigger body. So what we've got here is essentially the same thing as this guy with an onboard display and a backlight and a bunch of other extra sensors. Because what you'll see here on the back is the exact same screen and controls as the TC1. So what that means is if you're used to one, you can definitely be used to the other. They work very nicely in tandem together. They both are Bluetooth syncable. That means the Slate is also Bluetooth syncable, which means you whip out your phone, you can pair up to 20 different devices to Citus Audio, our free phone app, sync everything with one push, and you're just done for the day.
And that's per frequency, so you could have...
So that's all Bluetooth.
Okay.
So you can have 20 per phone.
And then sync. Okay, good differential there.
Frequencies are device to device. Why that's important to mention is if you're on a red carpet, you could have dozens of crews, right? And you go to jam, you can screw someone up down the way. So we added 2 different locking mechanisms to both these devices. So once they take a jam, they auto lock and they won't accept anything else. Then we also have the 8 frequencies on top of that. So you could shift it all the way over to channel 7, auto lock, and you're good to go.
Excellent, excellent. So then, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I do have a question. Joe File asks, is the timecode out connector an 1/8" locking?
Yes, it is. It is a threaded locking 3.5 millimeter. It's compatible with all the other 3.5 millimeter cables that have existed for other timecode products before, but we do have our own that do have that locking nut. So if you are wanting to move into this and transition from other brands, you can do that, use your cables, and as you need to replace those cables, you can move into our locking cables in the future. So it's very easy to migrate from one brand to another when you're looking at our products.
Okay, and then I actually had some utility questions I want to pop in.
Yeah.
In terms of the functionality on this, can you flip that upside down? Does that automatically have a feature? Does it auto sense that, or?
So we've got a switch on the side.
Okay,
so I'm in the down position. That means I'm in the Slate down position. When I flip it up, I can also do it that way. And as you can see, I'm operating with one hand, no problem, because we have this little indentation right here for my thumb and the handle. Now the handle is going to change from this final model. It's just going to be a deeper crevice, but I've got no problems being able to just operate with my knuckles across this back section and my fingers holding on to the intersection right there and my thumb operating. So it's really easy for an AC to operate, just a single hand.
Hang on 1 second, we lost close-up cam, there you go.
Okay, so there we go. So the body of this Slate is made out of a single piece of aluminum that has been CNC'd, so the whole shell is just one strong structure.
Okay, so drop proof.
Well, we're definitely saying that it is a more rugged Slate than what could be, made out of multiple different kinds of pieces.
Okay, excellent.
Battery-wise, it's very different than the Slates before it. We use MPF 550 cells. These are nearly 25 watt-hour cells that when combined, when you're running both of them, you're getting around 300% more capacity than if you were using just AA's.
Okay, excellent. So extended battery life.
Extended battery life was a big priority for us. And then if you don't have an MPF charger out there, we have a 25 watt USB-C port that you just take your laptop type charger, throw it on here, and you can charge your batteries, no problem. This unit will ship with a 30 watt charger included, so you don't have to worry about that also.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so do we have any further questions on the Slate here?
Yes, how much does the Slate weigh with the battery?
Cool. So I think the Slate right now comes in, for those who didn't hear the question, the Slate is the, they hear the question. Awesome. The Slate weighs, I think, 2.3 pounds with the batteries included. So it's a little bit, not too bad. I mean, it's easily one-handable.
Okay. So do we have any
just
additional
request
questions?
to hear Andrew give his best sound speeds.
I don't do it as good as Alan, though. It's only going to be a disappointment. It's only going to be a disappointment. But it's I'll do it in his style. Sound speeds. I think that's my best. That's the best I got.
Well, all right. If that fulfills all the questions and requests, if there's
good
anything
for
else,
now.
let us know, please, Joey. All right, excellent. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate all your interactions. This is Andrew from NAB and Deity. So if you have any further questions, please reach out. Feel free to contact us by email or phone, and we'll be back later. Thanks.
Good to see you guys.